What's good, fam? Welcome to the very first episode of my YouTube channel. My name is Mayo, aka the 40 Ounce Poppy. I'm a photographer, bartender, and then a lover of all things whiskey, right? And so that's why I started this channel, is that I wanted to share my love of whiskey with you all. I invite you in, whether you are a newbie, whether you are a connoisseur, or if you love whiskey, I love whiskey, we love whiskey. Let's get into it. I'm looking forward to just sharing things from an educational standpoint, doing whiskey reviews, taking some field trips to some distilleries, having some guests on who will be able to share their insight when it comes to whiskey, and just in general, man, just having a great time. As I like to say, experience whiskey one dram at a time. So listen, this month being March, it's Women's History Month. We're also celebrating Irish whiskey. And with this first episode, we're going to dive into none other than Slane Irish Whiskey. I'm excited about this because this is an Irish whiskey that I definitely enjoy. And I want to be able to share this all with you, do a review, share some notes, share some history about Slane, and also just, invite you into the comments and say, let me know if you've tasted Slane, if you've enjoyed it, or maybe you didn't enjoy it. Hopefully you did, to let me know your thoughts on it as well. So let's get into it. What we dealing with today? Slane Irish Whiskey. Now, if you are familiar with Slane, or maybe you're not, a little bit of history. So Slane was started about 10 years ago by Alex Cunningham. If you're familiar with the name Slane, his father, Lord Henry, they had what's called Slane Castle. Very big music venue in Ireland. U2, not YouTube, but the band U2 played there plenty of times. They've had a lot of festivals there. And so you have the family, which is big on music, for a love for music, and then also a love for whiskey. The distillery is right on their family land. They're farmers. So the Cunningham family are farmers. And if you look closely at the logo on the bottle, you will see that it resembles a pitchfork. Given their heritage of being farmers, that's where the logo comes into play, right? So 10 years ago, Alex decides he came back home and he wanted to do Irish whiskey. He wanted to show his love for his country. He wanted to show his love for whiskey. And so they started Slane. Now, one thing about Slane is that they use 100% barley, Irish barley. And most of that, the majority of the barley that they use is grown on their family land, on that land right near the castle, near the distillery, right? So barley, yeast, water, that's it. Another thing about Slane, they have what's called their triple cask process. Now, what is the triple cask process, you might ask? Basically, they have a virgin cask, which is a virgin barrel that they put the whiskey in after it's gone through the maturation process, fermentation, all of that, right? They put it into their virgin barrel. That virgin barrel, medium charred, right, get some good vanilla notes, etc. Then the next process, and at their second cask, they move the whiskey into ex-bourbon barrels. Okay, all right. Now, the third part of that is they move the whiskey into Oloroso sherry cask. Oloroso sherry cask barrels out of Spain. Let's step back for a minute. Let's go back to that second cask. That second cask, right, is interesting because there's a rumor. There's a rumor that I heard when it comes to the second cask that Alex specifically wanted and asked to use. This is just a rumor, guys. Jack Daniels, ex-Jack Daniel barrels. It's a rumor. It's alleged. Now, understand this about Slane. They are partnered with Brown-Forman. And they're very familiar with Brown-Forman. We're talking Brown-Forman's got 140 some odd years into the industry down in Kentucky, right? Wait a minute. Jack Daniels also falls under Brown-Forman. Could this be true? I'm just saying, again, guys, it's alleged, it's a rumor. However, I reached out to a couple friends of mine at Brown-Forman, and they just kind of, looked at me with a smile, and they didn't confirm it. So who knows? If you find out, let me know. if it's true or not. Or Alex, if you see this, give me a call or shoot me a text. Or give me a thumbs up just to confirm it. We'll see. Anyway, so that's the second cask, which is interesting because some great flavor on that. Now, that third cask, what we mentioned, they do the Oloroso sherry barrels that they finish it in. It's interesting because I'm noticing, and I'm sure you all are noticing also, a lot of what's going on in the industry now, that a lot of the companies are using sherry casks. They're using those sherry casks out of Spain, which are giving us also just or port, right? So it's giving some great flavors to the whiskey, but we're talking about Slane. So let's get back into it. So Slane definitely has their triple cask. Now here's the thing about Slane. They were the first Irish whiskey to master this process, right? This triple cask process. They were the first ones to do it, all right? So shout out to Slane in that process. Now let's talk about Alex a little bit, right? Like I said, Alex started the company about 10 years ago. Another thing, Alex is also the co-founder of the IWA, Irish Whiskey Association. The IWA, if you're not sure or if you don't know, they are similar to the Scottish Whiskey Association, right? They help with the regulations and all of that. Regulation, rules, laws for Irish whiskey, all right? Now, here's the beautiful thing, what I'm loving about, because roughly about, well, we're going to say, if we go back 10 years or so, there weren't that many Irish whiskey distillers, all right? The next episode that we have, we're gonna dive more into Irish whiskey history. However, now there are distillers that are really blowing up all over, and I'm excited about it. So, without further ado, what do you say? Should we crack open a bottle? Let's crack open the bottle and get a taste, all right? I love the design bottle. I love the labeling on it as well. Very on brand for them. Let's get a little pour going. That's pretty good. I like that. All right, let's get the cap back on. So, if you don't know, everyone should know this is a Glencairn glass. I love using these when I'm tasting whiskey, just the way it's designed. The color on this whiskey, I love. It's a nice amber, golden color on this. Let's get into the nose. Ooh, delicious fruit notes immediately. Some caramel. Ooh, the nose is very inviting. That's one thing I love when I first nose whiskey, that there's a proper way in how to do that. You want to make sure your lips are parted slightly, right? Because it helps bring the aroma. You don't have to stick your nose all the way into the glass, right? Just bring it right across. Y'all know, come on, you know how to do this. You know how to do this. I'm talking experts out here, all right? So look. Oh, man, it's delicious. Oh, it's very inviting. I get some spices on the nose. Very delicious. Come on, let's take a sip. Let's take the first sip. Oh, my gosh. Immediately, I get some great spice notes. I get some delicious spice notes. So one thing about this that I'm loving about this already, even just on the first sip, right? And that first sip is going to help prep your palate. But I get some good spice notes all the way through. It's warm. Even with the nose I said is inviting. The whiskey is very approachable. There's a warm texture to it that I'm enjoying. There is, the fruit notes that's in it, the spice notes, really all the way through. And then there's a touch of sweetness on that finish. Let's do a second sip. Yeah. Come on now, you got to have at least 3 sips on the dram. Lovely. Oh my gosh, guys. So look, on the second sip, now I get more of the caramel, a little bit slight caramel. I get the cereal notes in it, definitely. It's flavorful in a sense of the spice notes start at the beginning. There's a touch of sweetness, a little bit of fruit notes. And when I mean fruit notes, it just has that texture, so to speak, to it with the fruit notes, right? But it's not overwhelming. And I'm sure that's from the sherry cask. Now, I know I mentioned there was a rumor, and it is still a rumor. But if you ever drink Tennessee whiskey, I'm going to say this. If you drink Tennessee whiskey, there's a certain flavor profile. Now, No, Slane does not do the charcoal linking process. They don't do that. I'm not saying that. However, with the barrels, if they use the Jack Daniel barrels, I'm just saying. All right, let's go for a third sip real quick. Toffee notes. Oh my gosh. Like I said, there's a warm essence to this that I'm enjoying, that I love. The toffee notes, I really got some toffee notes on that third sip. On that third sip, still got some spice, still got some caramel. I got a slight apple, and this is just my palate, right? This is what I love about enjoying and experiencing whiskey. Because everybody's palate is going to be different. Everybody's palate is going to be, now granted, there's going to be some general notes that you'll get based off of the process, but everybody's palate is so different. They're going to pick up various things, right? And that's what I love about it. That's why I say experience whiskey 1 dram at a time. Now, for Slane, I'm loving it. To start off my Irish whiskey month, to start off March, to start off the first episode with this delicious Irish whiskey, I don't know. I couldn't have picked a better one. And I'm just saying that. No, I'm not just saying that. I'm serious. I couldn't have picked a better one. I'm enjoying this triple cask process that they use. You really get the essence of what they're going for. You get their love, their labor into it. And I want to shout out just the whole Cunningham family. I don't even know them, so it's okay. But I love the labor and I love the process. I love the story behind this. I love what they stand for. One thing about Slane is that they're very big on sustainability, right? And so when they were building out the distillery, they wanted to make the distillery is near Slane Castle. So they wanted to make sure they maintain the integrity, right, of the land. People who live in that village or live near there are people who do work at the distillery. Also, the distillery is right there on Boyne River. I think I'm saying that right. Boyne, Boyne River. So a lot of the water, now hold on, hear me out. They do get the water from the Boyne River. However, one thing Slane does is that because in Ireland where they're located, it rains a lot. So they repurpose that rainwater into their process. Yes, indeed. I'm for it. I'm all for it. I need to take a trip. I'm going to take a trip to the distillery. I don't know when, but I will take a trip. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to take a trip because I need to go to Ireland. I need to go to the distillery. But they do repurpose the rainwater. So it is a definite the process for them, that sustainability, maintain the integrity. They grow their own barley right there on the land. I mean, come on. This is what we're talking about, right? I love just everything about what they're doing there. And I'm excited. I'm excited to get more into not this bottle. I'm not going to finish it tonight. I will never finish it tonight. However, I want to share this with some friends. I want to share this Slane whiskey with some friends. So I don't know. I encourage you guys, like, go get a bottle. You don't have to. I mean, if you have a bottle, man, let me know in the comments, right? What are some of your flavor? What are some of your notes? Some of the profiles, your note profiles that you get from Slane, right? What are some of the things that you enjoy about Slane? Like I said, we all have different palates, and I think that's the beauty of it, right? Is that what I get when I'm drinking Slane or any other whiskey, you might get something else. And you know what? We're experiencing whiskey. We're not doing shots. I mean, there's nothing wrong with shots. Don't get me wrong. My first experience, no, I'm not going to tell you how that. All right, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you it. Real short, my first experience with whiskey was doing shots. I'm not going to say the brand, but just doing shots of whiskey. And yeah, just go from there with it. I don't care. I don't know. However, I've matured. As we mature, we learn how to have better experiences. We learn how to approach life in a different manner, I would say. So for me, my approach to whiskey is in a more matured place, right? So yeah, we're experiencing the Slane. I want to know in the comments, right? What you think? What do you think about Slane, right? How do you feel about it? What are some of your notes, some of your thoughts, some of your impressions on it, right? And then put it in the comments. Let's have a quick dialogue. I am, again, Alex, to you, sir. Thank you very much to my friends over at Brown-Forman. I thank you very much for information or lack of information. You know who you are. No, seriously, guys. I definitely appreciate you. They actually helped me out with understanding a little bit more of the history of Slane. I was able to have a great conversation with a friend of mine who does work at Brown-Forman, and also provided this bottle of Slane for me to test out and try out. So yeah, and no, I'm not being paid for it or anything like that. So just know that my thoughts, my opinions are my thoughts and my opinions all the way for this channel. Whatever whiskey, it might be a whiskey I taste that I do not enjoy. I'm not going to say it's trash. I'm just going to say that my palate doesn't agree. My palate doesn't agree with it. You know what I mean, guys? No, seriously. My palate may not agree with it, and that's cool. And it's not the whiskey for me. However, I will share it, and somebody will enjoy it. Right, but this one here, I'm enjoying this. I'm going to take some more sips of this delicious Irish whiskey, and I want to encourage you all to sip on whatever whiskey you're sipping on tonight, or this evening, or this afternoon, or wherever you might be when you see this. I appreciate you all for stopping by. I thank you for tuning in and just, you know, in indulging with me in my shenanigans. Right. So again, like I said, next we're gonna drop every week on Wednesday at 5 p.m., right? Because that's a happy hour. So we're going to drop every Wednesday, and it will be all things whiskey. So from education, history of whiskey, or history of that particular, you know, brand, as we discuss the history of Slane today, and then we enjoy the dram. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I invite you all to, you know what to do. I think there's that little subscribe button. Man, hit that subscribe button if you want. Turn on notifications. Come on, man. You guys have been on YouTube for a while. You know what to do, right? Just, man, let me know what you think. So, and I don't know. You know, we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to it. The next episode, we're gonna have another Irish whiskey that we're gonna talk about. Am I gonna tell you about it? You just have to tune in and find out for yourself. But we're going to talk a little bit about the history of Irish whiskey. We're going to do a review of another Irish whiskey again on next week. And so I'm looking forward to it. I think, yeah, I do. Ooh, can I tell you all which one? Man, y'all just go ahead and find out. So look, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. I'm looking forward to this ride. Listen, you got any questions, man, hit me in the comments. Come talk to me. Anything. I think my email might be down there. It may not be, but hit me in the comments, man. Let me know what you think. Hey, Slane, Alex, Lord Henry, you guys are awesome. I need to invite out to the distillery. Let me know how we do it. So look, like I said, experience whiskey 1 dram at a time. And you know how we do. Give love, show love, spread love. Till next week, I'll see you guys. You know what I mean. Till next week, I'll see you guys then. Come on, man. Come on back. Enjoy the rest of your week. Love y'all, man. Peace.